See now where? Let me refresh this. Where are we? All right, there you are. There. Am I on my? Are we on mine? Should be on mine. Why?
Totally awesome.
Yep, there we are. And let me check YouTube here. YouTube. Ah.
So is YouTube the problem with playing songs?
Yeah. They all are the same. All right.
But how did they do it on like TikTok?
Because they have the snippets on. Because they have the snippets on available within the library.
Okay.
Hold on here. Let me see here. Let's go to. Oh, we have 4 people watching right now.
Do we really?
Yeah.
4 people who really hate Rihanna.
I mean, let's be honest. Rihanna coming out of the blue. Oh,
She's gonna give you a release date for her ad.
Yeah, God. So yeah. So let's see where we are in halftime. That Daniel Miller Tempsey has basically is saying that we better be good. That that he's at work and we shouldn't be wasting his time.
He's downstairs in the kitchen.
Oh, is he? He's downstairs in the kitchen.
Working. At work.
He's at work. All right, where are we on this game?
He's downstairs in the kitchen.
Oh, is he? He's downstairs in the kitchen.
Working. At work.
He's at work. All right, where are we on this?
Is that an echo? What is that?
Yeah, I just turned my connected my headphones to Facebook to make sure it's working.
Oh, okay.
And Liza O'Reilly is basically asking us, are we commenting on commercials too?
I don't have the TV on. Should I admit that?
Liza, Tim and I probably not watching the football game at all. I'm only watching to make sure when the halftime show is going on. But so right now, let's see how much time left. Oh, it's a commercial right now. Did they go on to? I'm watching the Hulu on my phone. I'm
watching the Hulu on my phone.
Yeah, watching the Hulu on my phone to see when they go. Oh, Liza O'Reilly's watching commercials of Rihanna. Liza, don't waste your time on the commercials. One, you can watch all the commercials on YouTube the next day.
The commercials are going to be much, much better than we are. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a couple of them, and they haven't been that good, to tell you the truth. All I know is I'm following up on the Jesus commercials.
I don't know what the Jesus commercials are.
Oh, the Jesus commercials are awesome.
Are they selling Jesus?
Yeah, they're selling Jesus, and I mean, I think I want to sign up.
Is Jesus for me?
Yeah, I mean, they're like, the one I saw was kids kids running together and hugging and stuff. It's been like for the past few weeks they've been having this group.
Is it like for
they're advertising Jesus?
Just Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and you know, so yeah, Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, whatever. And it was interesting because the Super Bowl spots are so expensive to begin with.
Yeah.
And you know, oh, Daniel Miller Dempsey is telling us the Jesus commercials are by owner of Hobby Lobby.
Oh, so it's the
yeah.
Hobby. You know their story.
Yeah, I do know their story. Them and Chick-fil-A. You know. So where are we right now? Okay, so we got to be so we must have been in the 2-minute warning. Yeah, so where are we right now? So we have a minute and 56 seconds. And
before what?
Before the what do you call it? Before the halftime show.
But if we wait till the halftime show starts, we'll never get anyone to watch.
Well, I mean,
our only hope is getting in there early.
Right. A Facebook user is informed as Jesus hates a Hobby Lobby.
Facts.
You know. Oh my God. Oh God. All right. So we have right now. Oh, we have a minute and 49 seconds.
Thought about the evolution of this from talking about only the Ray album to talking about the Ray album among other things to not talking about the Ray
we
album.
really probably should have just talked about the Ray album. I mean, Ray album.
You have a minute and a half. You can talk about the Ray album before it starts officially.
The Ray album is so tight. If anyone listening right now, Tim texted me earlier this week about this artist named Ray from England.
Raye.
Raye. And this album, right now, I feel we're only a month into 2023 that this is possibly the best album of 2023 right now. It is so tight, top to bottom. I mean, I listened to it during lunch at school, and I literally then started texting it out to people. I'm like, you need to listen to this album right now.
Anyone from Cohasset Public Schools here?
Yeah. I mean, my kids started listening to it. I mean, I was just like random people on the street. You just need to listen to this album.
So describe it. What is it, Andy?
What's that? The Ray album?
Yeah, what is it?
It's based. Let's tell you right now. Let's bring up Ray here. Ray is a 25-year-old singer from England. Her name is Rachel Agatha Keane. She's professionally known as Ray. She's been featured on singles by Your Side by Jonas Blue, You Don't Know Me by Jax Jones, Secrets by Regard, Bed by Joel Corey, and David Guetta. And
I don't know a single one of those songs.
And, right. But in July 2021, she parted ways with a record label, Polydor Records, and became an independent artist. And then she dropped this album this past Friday called My 21st Century Blues. And, you know, again, this is where Tim and I don't agree. Tim loves the first single off it, Escapism. But the single that I have the song that I really, really have fallen in love with is Oscar-winning Tears. I mean, so, after
The build of Escapology, or no, it's kind of about Escape, but that's like a Robbie
right,
Williams.
that's why you said when you said, I was like, oh, I love
Escapism.
Escapology, and I'm like,
I
Robbie
asked
Williams.
my daughter about it, thinking I'm like gonna be cool dad and turn her on to this music, and she like was like, "Oh yeah, we all listened to her," and then sang the entire song to me from memory. So.
Oh my god! I mean, hey, let's be honest. You are a cool dad. You did see Bitchcraft last night, so
It did.
Someone, the other dad would have gone if Indigo Girls was there, opening up the Bitchcraft.
The other dad would have hated this.
But where are we right now? Is it halftime yet? Let's see here. All right, let's see where we are now. I don't. It's like I'm so bad,
Just get started, Andy.
All right, let's just get started.
Let's just get this over with, okay?
Let's get this over with. So, it's still a minute and 33 seconds, but fuck it, we're going. We're going forward.
Okay.
All right. So, part of the reason why we're doing this is because, we were listening. I was very frustrated with the Grammys this year. And there has been a lot of artists that the Grammy has every single year has overlooked. And, and
before people hear Andy continue talking about how frustrated he was by the Grammys, I want you all to know he was happy with Harry Styles winning over Beyonce.
Hey, Harry
so,
Styles.
Take it with a grain of salt, okay?
If any albums throughout the year, Harry Styles deserved to win over Beyonce. And we can sit there and debate about the Queen Bee, but I will stand by me saying that Renaissance was not as good as Harry Styles' album. I mean, it was good, but it did not have the staying power that Harry Styles' album did. And that's all I'm going to say about it. You can, agree or agree to disagree. That's fine. But we both can agree that Ethel Cain was robbed.
Ethel Cain was robbed.
Ethel Cain was robbed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that album.
Princess was robbed.
It was unbelievable.
And most of all, Porridge Radio was robbed. Okay.
Porridge Radio was robbed. So what we did was Porridge Radio was robbed also.
Who was?
Porridge Radio.
Yes, Porridge Radio was robbed.
So
I mean, if Randy Carlisle can get a rock album nomination, then an actual rock band could, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. I mean, oh, and by the way, I did watch the Grammy performance of Sam Smith this afternoon. And I got to say, I'm not ready to join the devil yet.
That is some iParty Satanism happening.
Right. I was like,
that is an It's a Party cult.
I'm like, this is what everyone's going off of. I mean, this is the downfall America right now.
The top plastic top hat with the plastic horns sticking out of it.
Exactly. It's like he went to It's a Party, bought a devil costume, and wore it, and it wasn't even a good devil costume. It was like, it wasn't even like sexy devil costume. It was sassy devil costume. That's about it.
That's a good description of Sam.
It was sassy devil costume. But so anyway, Tim and I agreed to basically put a playlist together in regards to the songs we're listening to 2023. So I'm going to let Tim stand off with his first thing. We actually selected 5 songs apiece, but just for time's sake, we're only going to do 3, and then we're going to post up the playlist from Apple and on Spotify and everything, so everyone can listen to it and then add their comments. But here's Tim. What is your first one on the list?
My first one, I Don't Know What You See in Me by Belle and Sebastian.
Yeah, and why did you select?
Okay, Belle and Sebastian have been around for 25 years, 30 years, since the 90s.
Right.
And they had a big album in the 90s with The Boy with the Arab Strap, and
Mm-hmm.
they were like the big band, and then sort of kind of lingered. One of those bands that got really big in the 90s and then kind of lingered, but haven't really done anything amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say as Yo La Tengo releases their 20th album or something this week. But this is like the best thing they've done in like at least 10 years, and it's like just great pop music. It's somehow they've not really gotten stale.
No, they've never gotten stale, and they're always consistently good. Like the earworm for me is always Sunny Day by Belle and Sebastian,
and that's old.
That's really old.
Yeah,
but they're always consistent, and to me, it's always been surprising why they've never hit that like Coldplay level of success, because they came out about the same time as Coldplay.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, what was it about them that didn't have the same marketability as Coldplay?
I mean, they're big group. They're sort of this big Scottish collective.
Mm-hmm.
And they have two lead singers, a man and a woman. I don't even know the names of them, but so like half the song she sings lead on, half the song he does. They remind me of the Beautiful South. I've been trying to like get people who are sort of into the Beautiful South or like that kind of like twee pop,
right?
In the 90s, like they're still living in that world,
right?
So it just makes me happy. The whole album has that vibe too.
And it was surprising when it dropped. It was like it was just this sweet gift at the beginning of 2023.
And everyone thought it was just like bonus tracks. They released an album last year that was much more hyped, but not nearly as good.
Right. And this one, like,
I don't remember what the name of it was.
You didn't even know it was coming until we got that Pitchfork email. Like, what? Belle and Sebastian released an album? like, why haven't we heard more of this? You know?
Yeah, I'm trying to find their last album. It was.
So we have 55 seconds left of
this album.
Mm-hmm. You know, of the
a bit of previous was their 2022 album, which was fine, but this one was like it was just a surprise because it was good. But you can go on.
But so all right, so I'm gonna go for my first track.
Neither does Coldplay anymore.
Right. It's funny. Coldplay. Did they? I'm a little frustrated. They're not coming towards Boston. Did they already come to Boston? They released a bunch of tour dates, and Boston's.
They're riding high off their album of the year nomination.
Yeah, but
the album nobody knows they released.
Well, they released it during COVID. And then they put the tour on hold because of COVID, and then then they had that whole thing like, oh, we're not going to go on tour until we can make it sustainable, and Greta Thunberg could sail us around the world, and so we can go on tour. But okay,
we got through one album. Let's go. Keep moving, Andy.
All right. So my next one is. So my pick is. I mean, let's be honest. The obvious choice. I mean, True Blue with Boy Genius with Lucy Dacus at the helm. I mean, Pitchfork gave $20 as the best of the 3 singles released from this album when it dropped. The album's coming out. The album's called Record. Tim can tell you I totally fanboy over Boy Genius and Phoebe Bridgers and Lucy Dacus and Julian Baker. I mean, if there isn't a super group of women playing music. I mean, these three are just unbelievable. And so they each released a single off of that album that they were the lead on the song. Pitchfork, of course, did $20,
Geniuses,
right, and which was led by Julian Baker. And it's a really great song, but my favorite that I think I connected to most was True Blue, by which Lucy Dacus. And you would think that I did Emily, I'm Sorry by Phoebe Bridgers, because
which is a better song.
we could debate that, but the I think True Blue really is the strongest of the three, but all three are so good. It's like to pick one was so hard.
Mm-hmm.
It was so hard.
Here's the difference. Lucy
Yeah.
Dacus has her lyrics, which are like, you know, writes a novel with a line every single time. Should be published.
Yeah.
You know, Julian Baker has her like 90s energy rockiness.
Right.
Phoebe Bridgers is like a different level. She's like the Beyonce of the group.
Right.
She's
And
like, there's in the song Emily, I'm Sorry, and like 40 seconds in, there's this one, but the whole song's about a breakup between her and this Emily. And they like, as she like calls her friends or whatever, they come in with harmony, but it's like they're swirling around with the harmony and can't find a note, and to kind of settle into it, like, and then all go in on the chorus together, and it's like she tells an entire story in like one note, which is like the thing that Phoebe Bridgers does all the time. It's like there's not a wasted syllable in what she does, and the way she spaces. I don't know. She's a different level.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean,
a hard time right now with breakup.
I mean, I like literally when that album dropped, like I told you, that day the album dropped, I literally went to the website and totally fanboyed it. I had to get the Boy Genius shirt, had to get both the EP, because you could never find the EP anywhere, the first EP, and got the album. And then today I get like in my mail, I'm like, oh, I don't even own a record player, but should I get the blue vinyl?
No, you vinyl if you don't.
You know, do I run out to buy a record player just so I can play the vinyl? You know? I'm like, oh, it's so good.
Although if you did, Amanda Shires is putting out an album only on vinyl for Record Store Day this year.
Oh my God. I mean, don't get me started.
Record Store,
like,
oh,
I was heartbroken of that tour when that concert got canceled. That was one I really wanted to see really bad. And like, if we had seen that concert, that venue, FET in Providence, you would have loved that venue. Like, I love Roadrunner. Yeah. But this one is truly, it's set up just like Roadrunner, but it's a lot more intimate because it has a very small capacity. It only has like a 10th of the capacity that Roadrunner does. And it just like I said, one of the best concerts I ever saw was, you know, with my youngest. And when I took him to see Carly Rae Jepsen, and I gotta say, that was an incredible concert because it just felt, you know, there's only 350 people there, and she connected with everyone there, and there was not a bad place to stand in the venue. It was awesome. So, but enough of that. But so we have up next, Tim, who do you have next here?
I'll do Steven Sanchez.
Yeah.
Steven Sanchez is a singer who put on an EP last year that I loved, but he's sort of this throwback, like 1950s, 60s style crooner. And there's nobody that's having more fun with the like little tiny bit of celebrity that he's found so far than him. He's just like, you've never seen a picture of him not smiling.
Right.
He's like, just so happy. He was on this past week, he was on Fallon.
Right.
Gave a great performance. But he was basically doing this like TikTok where he was, you know, promoting the song by playing a little snippet of it for the past 2 months and finally released the song. So, but it's this like But the joke is, if you see, sing the song 3 times in the bathroom mirror, you're pregnant. So, he's just like super romantic in this like throwback style, but like just incredibly endearing singer. So.
Yeah, and it's a
really good single. So
it is a really good single. I will say that. I mean, every song on this playlist, like I said to you earlier today, I think we've become this sad old couple that just raises cats. like the Belle and Sebastian. The Belle and Sebastian was the most upbeat. And it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. But I mean, whatever. It's like,
okay, who's your next one?
Okay, hold on a second here.
Oh.
Hold on a second. I'm just gonna write something down here. Bear with me. I have a surprise guest coming in.
A surprise guest. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here. The
looped in from the queue.
Huh?
Looped in from the queue.
Yeah, looped in from the queue. But so believe it or not, this is a very surprising song for me that I've really enjoyed of late, and it's really become an earworm for me. And the more I've become more and more of a rabbit hole down, and the meaning of the song and everything in the video is "Flowers" by Miley Cyrus. So I gotta say, the minute this dropped, I mean, like, Miley Cyrus for me, I've always been kind of tepid. I thought she's grown. I really enjoyed the last album. I like the song "Younger" a lot. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking forward, if every song is like this one. Like Malibu was a good song. It was okay. But I thought "Younger" was stronger on that album. But when "Flowers" came out and I started listening, I'm like, wow, like even the visuals were good, and then you're hearing all the meanings in regards to it's the house that Chris Hemsworth was in. The suit she's wearing was a suit that she was in the the runway with, like the red carpet with her with. It just sort of kind of like, and then like everything in the song, like the music in the song from a song that he had written for her.
You hear the song, how it has kind of a different feel than the other stuff on the radio. The lead by the bass on the song.
Mm-hmm. What's that? Say that again?
The lead on the song "Flowers" is done by the bass. The bass has the like chorus.
Yeah,
line. It's unusual, I think, for
it's totally unusual, and it's just really good. And I'm like, I've listened to it over and over again, and I was like, wow, this is really good. And but yeah, I mean, I'm like, I look, and then I think that's when it's going to be released in March also. So the surprise guest was your husband, and he's saying that he can't come in because he's working now.
The one Miley Cyrus thing is last year Caitlin Butts put out an album EP and one of the songs on it I like absolutely fell in love with and listened to on repeat. For it was one of my highest Spotify playback songs of the year, and then like dug into it, and it's like a Miley Cyrus cover from her most recent album. So don't sleep on Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, I mean, I think
she's a really good songwriter.
She's a really good songwriter, and I honestly, for me, this song is that I can finally take her a little bit more legitimately.
The
Because-
Stevie Nicks duet didn't do it for you?
No,
Legitimacy.
you know what it is. 'Cause you know what it is for me for Hannah. It's like because she
Did
came
you just
from
call her Hannah Montana? You just
I-
called her Hannah Montana.
I did call her Hannah Montana.
You did.
I did. And
That's
but
violent,
it was,
Andy.
but it was that was the image. That's all you could ever think was Hannah Montana. And like remember when she first came out, like that first album, she still had that Disney thing. Was Hannah Montana Disney or Nickelodeon?
But then she fell off of that pretty hard with Can't Stop. We Can't Stop.
Right. And then but that was like kind of like in a weird way, that was her Britney Spears shave my head moment, right?
No, I think your Britney Spears shave my head moment would be her following album, the like smoking weed with my cat or something. What was that one? What was that like? I have to find the album title because it's
right. With the what was it, CVS? like, kind of like, like, and I'm like, okay, and then she's with and then she's with Chris Hemsworth
and her dead pets. Pets spelled Petz.
Yeah, and I mean, it just seemed like a little off the wall, a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So Lisa Shetty is saying, here we go. At least the Gutfeld commercial was limited to like 15 seconds. What's Gutfeld? I don't know what Gutfeld is. But all right. So what is your final one, Tim?
My final one is looking back. Oh, it's Samia. 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 I think it's Samia.
Yeah.
She's been around for like a couple years and she did an album in 2020 and then had other artists cover her album, which was sort of my entry point for her because like Christian Lee Hudson did one and Jamila did one on this album. So I got kind of through that and then listened to this album and the new album she has is called Honey with sort of a very poppy single Honey. But it's like a very quiet, but very sort of intense, really neat album. Songwriting is really good. The lyrics are really good. There's, a couple of really, there's one song that sort of takes me back to like Tori Amos, Me and a Gun, which is the like a cappella song that she did about her sexual assault. And there's a similar song to hear on that called The Breathing Song. But it's great. And then I dug into her, and you know who she is? No. She's Kathy Najimy's daughter.
Oh, really?
I had no idea, from Hocus Pocus.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So,
apparently, and Kathy Najimy, her dad, Kathy Najimy's husband, was the Dan Band. Do you remember the Dan Band?
Yes.
They like did these like sort of funny covers of like songs that were meant to be sung by women.
That's really interesting.
Like, guy with the beard.
There's a lot of that. She's Kathy Najimy's daughter. Like you think of like, we're talking about the Nepo baby lately. That's been like the buzzword with my kids.
She's the ultimate Nepo baby. Keeps it pretty secret. I've listened to her for a couple of years and didn't know that until recently.
But there's a lot of Nepo babies that I've really enjoyed, like Skylar Fisk, like who's Sissy Spacek's daughter, and she's incredible. She's kind of like American folk, and Maya Hawke. Yeah, Ethan Hawke's daughter. I was like, her album's surprising also too.
And all those people you've mentioned are actresses primarily, aren't they?
Right.
Maya Hawke is 50-50, but she's on Stranger Things.
Right.
As an actress.
But yeah, and I was sort of surprised that she dropped an album. I was like, wow, this is really, really good. The claim to fame was that Maya Hawke video. It was like, she's nude in the video. And like, okay.
So even if you're the Uma Thurman's daughter, you
right, like kind of like
still have to get naked to get famous.
Right. I'm like, why? But whatever. Yeah.
But
but yeah,
the whole thing is like, if somebody's, a doctor and their kid becomes a doctor,
right?
You don't question it, but
No.
and it probably is like not necessarily like, oh, I'm gonna, buy your way into the industry, but it's like if you're
Mhm.
pairing someone who knows the industry and
Mhm.
knows how to get an agent and all of that. I mean, stuff like that. Like, I don't know any of that crap, or else I'd be famous right now.
Paula here just dropped in. She wants to say hello. So hi, Ma. So my final song on the playlist is another song that was highly anticipated for me. It was Godzilla by Nana Brindis Hilma's daughter. She's just primarily going by Nana. But if you go and search for it, there's a lot of artists named Nana, and Nana is Nanna. So the real way to find it is that she's one of the lead singers from A Monsters and Men, and this is like her. She releases a single every 5 years, right? So like her last single she released was a song called Particles. And
She has only one song on Spotify.
yeah. So, and this song is, if you've listened to Monsters and Men, it's Icelandic folk, indie folk, and I love it because most of the songs I really, really enjoy are the ones that tend to be stories. And I feel has always, like, I've always gravitated to those types of songs. I mean, I love everything across all genres, but the ones that really resonate with me most are the ones that tell stories and everything. And I think that's part of the reason why I picked these three, even though I'm probably going to be, a cat lady.
Even though Emily, I'm Sorry is a stronger song.
Huh?
Even though Emily, I'm Sorry is a stronger song.
Yeah. The fact that I could be truly objective and say that True Blue is a stronger song than Emily, I'm Sorry, knowing how passionate I am about Phoebe Bridgers, just goes to show you how I could be a lot more objective.
Mm-hmm.
So
really just take what you say as, empirical fact, right?
Right. I mean, so
Sorry.
I mean, really want to go down the rabbit hole. What the hell's going on with Madonna?
What? You froze, Andy. I can't talk.
Yeah. But yeah, this song, Nana, I highly recommend it. And it's a little bit, the song itself it's pretty long,
So is this song Bjorkish?
No, not at all.
It's not Bjorkish?
No, it's not. No.
It seems, because the real question is, like, isn't what's going on with Madonna, it's what's going on with Iceland.
What?
It's a weird place.
Not a weird place.
Music.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, like, okay, so speaking of Iceland, one of the articles that I read is that people were up in arms that Bjork's new album didn't get nominated for a Grammy, and I was like, or that she didn't win a Grammy, and I'm like, Bjork in itself, you have to be like someone that really, really loves music, that type of music. I mean, it's such a specific style of music, right? I mean, and she herself says, like, all her music is all based off of nature.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think my last favorite Bjork album, I've appreciated them all, but the one that I really loved the most was Post.
Mm-hmm. Back when she did songs.
Right. But now these are just right.
So now it's almost like ambient mood pieces.
Right. I mean, it's like if Enya took mushrooms.
She didn't.
Right. you know. But yeah, so that takes us into the 3. I think the game is starting back on here. Let's see if the game's starting to back on here.
I'm gonna go YouTube Rihanna.
Yeah, you're gonna YouTube Rihanna. Oh no, Rihanna's still on. Rihanna's still on. Oh my God, she's got some red motifs. Oh my God, what? She robbed Sam Smith's closet.
She had the devil top hat.
No, but she's wearing kind of like a red jumpsuit.
You know, she could wear his outfit and make it look good.
Yeah, well, did you see? I mean, if we want to outfit shame, did you see Sam Smith's outfit that I think he wore to the BAFTAs or something like that? And it was like this black Oompa Loompa thing.
I did not see his outfit, but I saw Kim Petras' eye makeup, which was phenomenal.
And I was like,
or like each eye was like a vortex.
But all I could think is like, I'm watching him in this outfit and he's on the red carpet and stuff. And I'm like, and the only thought in my head is like, how the hell does this guy use the bathroom in this outfit? Because it's got like, it's all puffy. It's like blown out like on the sides. I mean, he looked like
women have been having for centuries.
Yeah, but like he looked like
Sam Smith.
You could have pushed him out of an airplane and he'd be like one of those flying squirrel type of things. But all right. Well, so this includes our show, so Tim can watch the rest of Rihanna on YouTube.
Dry run.
This is our dry run. This is our dry run for the things and to work out the kinks and everything. But I'd like to do more of these. Talk about the music. Maybe see if I can get some local acts come on and perform and everything and stuff. And I really got to learn to stop saying all the time. But we'll post a playlist on Spotify and Apple Music, and then you guys can comment and go from there.
A few more songs in there.
Yeah, we're going to add 2 more songs. So it's going to be total of 10. It ends up coming out in 37 minutes and everything. So, but let us. We want to hear your feedback, what you think of these songs, and let us know. But Tim, thanks for coming on. Thanks for being a good sport about this, and we'll go from there.
Peace out.
Peace out. See you, folks. Bye. Bye.